This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connected to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Friday, September the 18th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today Morning News Update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that the new $60 million recycling project at Lower Estate in St. Michael faces possible shutdown for lack of authorization, only days after it started receiving solid waste. Chief Town Planner Mark Cummins has told Barbados Today his department had not given permission for any such development in that area. Cummins said the existence of the project was drawn to the attention of his officers and the appropriate action would be taken. When a team from Barbados Today visited the site at Lear's Quarry on Monday, where the waste is being disposed, the man behind the project, Anderson Fatchild Cherry, of Jose y Jose Liquid and Solid Waste Management Incorporated, revealed that the garbage which could be seen had been collected by his company. Sherry said the quarry, which had been the site of illegal dumping, would be cleaned up and the waste which he had already begun to dump there would be separated and treated, and some of the processed waste would be exported. Sherry also denied he was dumping illegally. A Barbados Today team returned to the site yesterday afternoon, and unlike Monday, there were nearly half dozen excavators in operation, clearing the quarry and separating the garbage, much more of which was evident on this occasion. Also on site was Supervisor Roger Fields.
My aim right now is to take all this stuff that's down here and separate it out, take the good stuff that we need to recycle and separate it from the bad stuff and just recycle everything that we can then turn it into wood chips or whatever we need to turn it into.
So what have you done so far?
We have just been clearing the area to make our bins so that we have areas to stockpile this stuff as we clean it out of the area at the moment. We have bins for steel, paper, green waste, tires, steel, glass, plastic. We have bins for all of that there. We'll be just putting everything in as we go along.
The senior police officer whose sister was killed while making her way to work on a lonely road 2 weeks ago has called on Barbadians to speak out when they witness wrongdoings. An impassioned acting Assistant Commissioner of Police, Livingston Eversley, speaking to a large congregation that gathered at the St. Jude's Anglican Church, St. George, for Melanie Eversley's funeral yesterday, pleaded with the audience not to allow his sister's death to be in vain.
Brothers and sisters, it is time. It is time that we take a stance. Stop causing blame and pointing blame for the ills in society. It starts with us. Look around. Look around. The persons who are creating havoc in society are sons and daughters. We should encourage them positively, but not support them in negative behaviors. Do not blame the system when your son or daughter has run afoul of the law. Let them know they are wrong when they do wrong. Let them know for every action there is a consequence. I encourage you to speak up when you witness wrongdoing. Be your brother's keepers.
The Barbados Water Authority is warning of possible rationing of the commodity. With 4 months into the rainy season, the BWA is cautioning that it might be forced to introduce water rationing if the rains don't come soon. Acting General Manager Dr. John Mwanza says the prognosis is not good. Speaking yesterday at the authority's Pine St. Michael headquarters, he also attributed the low water supply problems with frequent breakdowns in pumping equipment and an increase in the number of burst mains from a daily average of 3 to 6 and sometimes 10 in the last 3 years.
So it would take a lot more rain before we could start talking about recovery, the
aquifer levels. And if we go by the predictions from the regional climate outlook forum, where they are saying they anticipate that the rainy season is going to have a 50% below normal average rainfall, then the recovery is going to be even harder, if possible. So what we are heading to is a prolonged drought unless the rainy season can take an about turn and improve the amount of rain that we get.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Turning now to our regional neighbors, Trinidad and Tobago's new Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi has requested more time to consider the complex documents relating to whether Jack Warner's extradition papers should be signed or not. It's understood that there is correspondence between attorneys representing the Central Authority and the Chief Magistrate outlining extensive back and forth between Warner's lawyers and the AG's office.
In the circumstances, the Honorable Attorney General asks the court to vary the order that the ATP be issued on the 16th of September 2015 to an order that the date by which he issues the ATP be determined on 21st September 2015. Such an order would simply hold the status quo until the hearing before you on the 21st of September 2015.
In more regional news, Anthony Stewart, who sits on the opposition bench in the Antigua and Barbados Senate, has been booted from the upper house. Sources in the opposition United Progressive Party confirmed that Stewart was informed by way of a letter that effective September the 30th, 2015, he will no longer serve in the Senate. The letter from the leader of the opposition in the House of Representatives, Baldwin Spencer, thanked Stewart for his contributions to the party over the years and also wished him well. Stewart was appointed to the Senate by Spencer following the 2014 general election. Back in 2013, he was booted from the Senate by Spencer for failing to support the Citizen by Investment bill that the UPP had introduced to Parliament. UPP sources could not confirm suggestions that UPP leader Harold Lovell will replace Stewart in the upper house. Observers, however, view this latest development as growing signs of a deepening rift between the UPP leadership and the Member of Parliament, Joanne Messiah. Stewart was one of the Messiah's senior advisors during the campaign for party leadership. On the international scene, Croatia has closed 7 of its 8 road border crossings with Serbia, following a huge influx of migrants. Officials in Zagreb said they had no choice after more than 10,000 people entered the country a day after Hungary fenced off its border with Serbia. Meanwhile, Slovenia said it had stopped a group of migrants on a train and will return them to Croatia.
Croatia probably did not anticipate when they opened their border on Wednesday. Chaos here at a train depot very close to the border here in Croatia as the sheer mass of migrants and refugees desperate to push through are heaving against lines of riot police. It's hot here. You can see the perspiration on people's faces, and they're trying to push their children through one by one past the police who are having to try to hold back the masses of people on the other side. And come take a look over here. Crowds gathered behind fences here, passing their children over the fence. Clearly, the the Croatian authorities overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of people who crossed, more than 5,000 people in the first 24 hours.
And that's where we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Flow TV and to Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.